We must now confront an uncomfortable truth. The so-called fairy tale wedding of the century in 1981 was nothing more than a flawless facade hiding a devastating act of betrayal. At 75, King Charles has finally acknowledged what many long suspected. Even as he stood before 750 million viewers, vowing to love and cherish Diana, his heart already belonged to Camilla.
The answer is I don't, nor would I necessarily want to. It all stemmed from, might as well say it, might as well emphasize it, because I'm fed up with getting letters from people all.
Why would Charles choose to destroy both his own life and Diana's? The answer lies buried deep within his complicated past. Charles had always been a sensitive prince, emotionally neglected, starved of affection, and forever searching for someone who could love him unconditionally. That someone was not Diana. His relationship with Camilla was a bond forged by fate, reinforced by years of tradition and longing. But when the crown demanded a young, suitable, unblemished bride, Charles was forced to abandon his true love and walk willingly into a marital trap. Yet the most brutal betrayal occurred just days before Diana walked down the aisle. She stumbled upon a secret bracelet, Charles's final gift to Camilla. Engraved with the letters G and F, their private nicknames for each other, the bracelet was undeniable proof of the unbroken tie between the groom-to-be and his former lover. Diana was shattered, unable to contain her anguish. Charles, cold and dismissive, ignored her pain and left her to spiral in despair. That bracelet was the final warning that the fairy tale wedding ahead was nothing more than a fragile illusion. And then came the breaking point, the night before the wedding. According to Diana's closest friends, Charles visited her and delivered a confession that cut deeper than any wound. He did not love her the way she loved him. Even worse, he expressed agonizing sorrow over being forced to separate from Camilla. He wept, not for Diana, but for the love he felt he was sacrificing out of duty. Diana felt trapped inside a gilded cage, convinced there was no turning back. It's too late now, she thought. That heartbreaking confession transformed the next day's fairy tale spectacle into a tragic performance, played out under the eyes of the entire world. Charles had always been a sensitive prince, a stark contrast to Prince Philip's toughness. He grew up emotionally deprived, constantly searching for someone who could make him feel seen, accepted, and unconditionally loved. That person was not Diana, it was Camilla Parker Bowles. The relationship between Charles and Camilla was a bond tied to fate, constrained by tradition and the pressures of royal succession. When Diana entered the picture, Charles felt that the 19-year-old brought him calm and comfort. But when the demands of the crown required a young, suitable, and unblemished bride who could produce an heir, Charles was forced to abandon his true love and step into the trap of a marriage he never truly chose. But Diana's greatest tragedy was not her marriage. It was her death. Although the 2008 official investigation concluded that it was an accident, millions still refused to accept it. Was justice truly served? Or were the most crucial pieces of evidence overlooked? That night, driver Henri Paul was reported to have a blood alcohol level 3 times the legal limit. Yet CCTV footage appeared to show him walking steadily just 40 minutes before the car departed. Trevor Rees-Jones, the sole survivor and Diana's chief bodyguard, insisted he smelled no alcohol on Paul at all. This unresolved contradiction has fueled one of the most shocking allegations, that Paul may have been working as an operative for MI6. Such a claim shifts the narrative from a tragic accident to the possibility of a meticulously arranged assassination plot. Questions also surround how the scene was handled. French authorities faced heavy criticism for failing to fully secure the tunnel, which was reportedly cleaned with industrial solvents before dawn, eliminating physical traces, including paint from the mysterious white Fiat Uno. Most unsettling of all was Diana's own warning. Her personal lawyer confirmed that she had expressed fear of being killed in a staged car accident involving brake failure and a serious head injury. This statement, however, was dismissed by officials, a response seen by many not merely as negligence, but as a deliberate disregard for a clearly documented concern. If the bracelet was a physical act of betrayal, then what happened on the night before the wedding was a spiritual betrayal, one that shattered Diana completely. While the world eagerly awaited the awakening of the fairy tale bride, a tearful, desperate confrontation was unfolding behind closed doors. According to those closest to the couple, Charles visited Diana and delivered a devastating confession no bride should ever hear. He did not love her the way she loved him. Even more heartbreaking, Charles reportedly expressed deep anguish over being forced to part from Camilla. He cried, not out of guilt toward Diana, but out of grief for the love he believed he was sacrificing for duty. His tears, sources say, were for Camilla, not for the young woman he was about to marry. In that moment, Diana felt trapped inside a gilded cage. She realized she was being treated as a means to produce an heir, not as a wife to be cherished. The overwhelming loneliness and sense of betrayal on the most important night of her life sent her into profound emotional distress. She was so devastated she believed, "It's far too late to turn back now." That cruel confession transformed the next day's fairy tale wedding into a tragic performance. Diana walked down the aisle carrying an unbearable weight, fully aware that the radiant smile she offered to millions was merely a role she was expected to play. The tragedy of their marriage was sealed on that fateful night. After years of silent struggle and a painful separation, Charles was finally forced to confront the public. In 1994, during a televised interview, he openly admitted to being unfaithful. That admission shattered any remaining illusion surrounding the royal marriage. From that moment on, the entire story was reframed as a tragic tale of duty and betrayal. Charles was widely seen as the man who had broken Diana, while Diana became the people's queen, an almost mythic heroine who fought for love and dignity. The price of placing duty above emotion proved immeasurably high. At 75, Charles is now king. His regrets are no longer merely personal. They have become part of the legacy he leaves to the crown. He has acknowledged that placing duty above happiness inflicted irreparable pain on Diana and damaged the public's trust. The lesson is clear. Even the noblest sense of duty cannot justify dishonesty or betrayal in matters of the heart. What do you think of King Charles's late admission? Can time truly heal the wounds of a tragedy that has lasted for decades? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel as we continue uncovering the deepest secrets of the British royal family. The British royal